I'm Jaqueline Broekhuizen. I'm a nursing director at the Antonie Verleeuw Hospital, in a hospital in the Netherlands Cancer Institute over here in Amsterdam. I think we are in the Netherlands and also in Europe. We're facing the fact that there's a shortage of oncology nurses. So it's very important because of when there's no nurses, you have problems in the patient outcomes, to give the care, to open all your beds in the hospitals. So it's very important to focus to have your strategy in your hospital to recruiting oncology nurses, but also very important to retain oncology nurses. So I talked about it in my presentation. I had the examples we do or we and I do in my function of nursing director in our hospital. And I think it's very important to involve the nurses with all the developments and innovations in your hospital. In my hospital, I'm lucky that we all are focused on one problem. We only treat patients with cancer. So all the professionals working in our hospital, they are all specialized and they really made the choice to work in our hospital. So that brings a sort of professional group of professionals, employers who are have a drive to work over there. But as we are growing because of the growth of the patients and the complex of treatments, we also have shortage of oncology nurses. So it's very important to put effort in retaining them. Well, I think what is important that you in your hospital, you make your hospital a great place to work. So you have to be attractive for the oncology nurses. And I think there are sort of in a lot of articles in the literature, you see there are sort of 3 topics why your hospital, your organization can call to be a great place to work. And the first topic is management. So it's good to have a management who is close to the wards, can be seen by all the nurses. In my hospital, we had 1.5 years ago, we started with a management development project. The second topic is professional challenges. So you have to do efforts to make sure that working in your hospital or on the wards, not only big in the hospital but also at the ward, is interesting and keeps interesting to work over there. So sometimes on one of my wards, we mix some of the patient population to make one ward more interesting and attract new colleagues and have to stay, the other colleagues stay and be more proud. And the third topic is professional development. I think development is the most important topic. You have to put all your effort on it. Well, it is important because if you don't have the qualified nurses in your hospital, you are not able to give the best care to your patients. And even you have to, sometimes you have to close some beds or maybe sometimes a unit. I have the problem right now. I have about 2 or 4 beds closed on one ward because I cannot give the care my patient of our patient needs. And you don't want to do that. It's a mess you don't want to do that because when you do that, the treatment of patients will be delayed, so you don't want to do that. So it's important. Well, of course, to gain more knowledge about the situation of the issue we are talking about now. But I think most of those congresses, for me, it's the networking. Just before I came over here, I spoke to a colleague from Ireland. She's a president of the Ireland Nurses Society. And so we exchanged our experience and the problems and concerns we have in either her in Ireland and me in the Netherlands or in my hospital. And so I think the networking is very important because I think we can learn more from each other, and congress like this, like the ECCO, brings all those people together. And well, if you go to a congress like this, you're always willing to share your experience, and that's very nice. It's important. Well, I think it's very important. I've been in the board of our Dutch Oncology Nurse Society, so I know even in your own country it's very important to gather around and also bring the knowledge and experience together in your own country, but you have to go overboard with other countries. You can also again learn from each other, share your experience, and maybe take some examples they've done in another country. The presentation I've been this morning, they mentioned also about a few studies who started with not only in their own country but with about 6 or 7 countries in Europe. So I think you can. It's a sort of network, and it's a big force to gather around together.